Today I'm going to talk about SAP BW 7.4 and Hana, and I'm going to discuss the difference between SAP BW on Hana and without Hana, the functions and features of SAP BW 7.4, role of SAP BW in BIBO and EPM BPC, Predictive Analytics, role of SAP BW in Predictive Analytics, Advanced Analytics, role of SAP BW in Advanced Analytics. So let me introduce myself. My name is Somnath Ray. I'm a SAP Certified Application Associate in SAP HANA. I'm also a CPA and a diploma in IFRS. So let's move over to the first topic, which is difference between SAP BW on HANA and without HANA. So BW functions performed with SAP HANA benefit from its in-memory and calculation engines, accelerating BW data access. Existing BW client tools like SAP Business Explorer are fully supported on BW powered by SAP HANA. Direct clients like Microsoft Excel and SAP's Business Objects Business Intelligence tools are also supported by BW on HANA. With BW, in-memory optimized objects, complex analysis and planning scenarios with unpredictable query types, high data volume, high query frequency and complex calculations can be processed with a high degree of efficiency. Loading SAP HANA optimized BW objects can also be done more efficiently. The SAP HANA database replaces both any previous database and SAP NetWeaver BWA, which is Business Warehouse Accelerator, reducing infrastructure costs. Instead of both database administration tools and additional SAP NetWeaver BWA administration tools, the SAP HANA database requires just a single set of administration tools for monitoring, backup and restore and other administration functions. Data modeling is simplified using in-memory optimized objects. We do not need to load a BWA index. In addition, the architecture of HANA database allows us to delete characteristics from an info cube that still contain data. With its high compression rate, the column-based HANA data store requires less data to be materialized. And the biggest advantage is that BWA, the Business Warehouse Accelerator, is no longer required. Aggregates are no longer required, and we no longer need processes for creating and filling aggregates, and also we don't need any processes for creating and destroying indexes as well on info cubes. And these are some of the obsolete process types which are no longer needed for SAP BW on HANA, which are initial filling of new aggregates, update explorer properties of BW objects, rolling up filled aggregates, and BW or BWA indexes, adjust time dependent aggregates, construct database statistics, build index, delete index. So these are the differences between SAP BW on HANA and without. Now let's move over to the functions and features of SAP BW 7.4. SAP NetWeaver 7.4 is optimized for SAP HANA. It enables the use of SAP HANA as the underlying database and facilitates the optimization of applications for SAP HANA. It also includes new and changed features for the application server ABAP, connectivity, UI technologies, business warehouse, and security. It simplifies the data modeling processes. It increases the agility of the enterprise data warehouse. It reduces the complexity of enterprise data warehouse landscape. It combines the strengths of an SQL oriented approach with an integrated enterprise data warehouse application. It provides excellent query performance for improved decision making. The performance boost for data load processes for decreased data latency. There is an accelerated in-memory planning. There are accelerated in-memory planning capabilities for faster planning scenarios. It is flexible enough to combine enterprise data warehouse with HANA native data for real-time insights and decision making. The data persistency layers are cut off and reduced and reduces administration efforts. It simplifies data modeling and remodeling. Now let's talk about the features of SAP BW 7.4. Now the next level of performance is enhanced by pushing down further planning capabilities to HANA, and there is a possibility to implement HANA SQL script based exits to be able to push down ABAP based user exits down to HANA. There is the distribution of new planning records by key pushed down to HANA. Additional planning functions which are going to be supported, like physical delete of planning data records in DSOs rather than just zeroing out facts. And the future innovations with regard to integration with HANA platform are like this: leverage HANA information management capabilities of BW, further push down of data intensive functions to HANA, simplified and streamlined user experience, which is going to come from the fact that we will be having an Eclipse based modeling tools, SAP UI5 based monitoring and administration tools, and there will be continuous unification of BPC planning application kit and business warehouse integrated planning to BPC unified. And there's going to be an enablement of big data scenarios, further, which is going to evolve data lifecycle management with Sybase IQ. We are also going to have enhanced Hadoop and big data integration. There is also going to be an extended mobile enablement, and which will lead to planning enablement. And there is also going to be optimized cloud enablement, and which will enable fast and easy cloud deployment. So these are the features of SAP BW 7.4. Now let's move over to the role of SAP BW in EPM BPC first, and then we will talk about with a scenario with an example of SAP BW in BIBO. So first let us talk about SAP BW and EPM BPC. Now we all know that SAP BW is integrated into SAP BPC, and the data is stored in BW info cubes and enjoys all the advantages of this system with star schema and everything else. Now the thing is that when we create an object in SAP BPC front end, the system also creates equivalent objects in the SAP NetWeaver BW system. In addition, the SAP NetWeaver BW system may sometimes be used to stage data coming from various source systems before being loaded to the planning and consolidation application. For example, it can come from SAP ECC, and in this case we may need to extract master text and hierarchy and transaction data into SAP NetWeaver BW system before being loaded into the SAP BPC system. So this is how the integration of SAP BPC and SAP NetWeaver BW happens. So the next thing which we are going to discuss is I'm going to give an example of how we can apply the integration of SAP BW with SAP BIBO. And so let's take an example of advanced analytics. So let us go into that topic, advanced analytics. example to describe the integration of SAP BIBO with SAP BW. Just a moment. So this is how it happens actually. So it's like, we can build a BW query in the SAP BW Query Designer, set it as a data connection in the information design tool of SAP Business Objects, and make it available as a data source for advanced analysis. With just a couple of simple clicks, our BW query is available with advanced analysis. Next to this, if we change our query, we don't need to update our connection in the information design tool. It's updated automatically. So adding key figures, changing dimensions, or changing structures will automatically be updated. It's also possible to select a BW cube for our analysis instead of the BW query. So this is how SAP BW integrates with BIBO, just to give you an example. So the next topic which we are going to discuss is predictive analytics. So let's move into predictive analytics, and so let me tell you what is exactly predictive analytics. So in a very simple language, predictive analytics is basically a combination of three key components, that is descriptive, prescriptive, and optimization. Now let's discuss each one of them. Descriptive describes what has happened in an organization in the past, looking at the descriptive statistics mean, mode, and median, which are used to quantify and measure historical events. Prescriptive is the part that analyzes trends and relationships in past events and uses them to make predictions on what might happen in the future. And optimization means, given a selection of outcomes or a range of outcomes, what are most likely and how can a company prepare for them. Now, in the SAP system, we can visualize, discover, and share untapped opportunities and hidden risks all in real time as a result of predictive analytics. And it syncs with SAP's Business Objects Suite, and in particular Lumira, the visualization tool formerly known as Visual Intelligence. So that's all about the role of SAP BW in predictive analytics. So let's move over to the next topic, which is advanced analytics. So what is really advanced analytics? So SAP HANA Advanced Analytics provides powerful in-database analytics on the scalable, massively parallel in-memory platform that can quickly process large volumes to deliver new insights. In addition, SAP HANA Advanced Analytics allows integration of built-in analytics with both SAP and third-party analytic tools to meet the needs of all users, from data scientists and business users to application developers. SAP HANA Advanced Analytics has the following three features: high performance. It runs powerful in-database analytics leveraging SAP HANA's massively parallel processing and in-memory columnar storage architecture. The second uh, the second feature is in database and in memory, which is basically it uses SQL script to execute data intensive analytics natively on the platform to reduce application to database round trips, optimized connectivity to work with the statistical programming environment with the language R. Then the next feature is multi-engine query processing environment, which is it performs predictive text and spatial analytics by combining a variety of data from relational to unstructured and text data to location data on the same platform. And it's also big data ready as well. And uh, that's all about the role of just a second. uh, Let me check something. So the role of SAP BW in advanced analytics, and I can give you an example of that. um, and so the simple example of how we can utilize SAP BW in doing advanced analytics is basically the example which I gave you before, which is basically uh, like, as I said before, like it's very simple to build a query in the SAP BW query designer, and we can set it as a data connection in the information design tool and make it available as the data source for advanced analysis. With just a couple of simple clicks, we can do the BW query for advanced analysis, and then we can change the query. If we change the query, we don't need to update the connection in the information design tool. It's updated automatically. So adding key figures, design, changing dimensions or changing structures will automatically be updated. It is also possible to select a BW cube for our analysis instead of the BW query. So that's the function of SAP BW in predictive analytics. Sorry, in advanced analytics. I guess I forgot to discuss. Just give me a second. Hello everyone. Actually, I forgot to discuss the role of SAP BW in predictive analytics. So let's go through it. So I can give an example. So this is how we can do predictive analytics with the help of SAP BW. So the first step is to save the BW info provider. It could be a cube or DSO as a view in Hana, and then we can expose that view in Hana as a Hana offline or online data source in predictive analytics mode, and then we can save the result back in some table in Hana. And then the next step is to have a view created on top of this result table, and have a virtual or a transient provider in BW created on top of that view. And the last step is to have a multi-provider consolidating the original info provider, which may be a cube or a DSO, with the virtual info provider on top of the result view. So that's how we can actually use SAP BW to do predictive analytics. And so that's all about it. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you have any questions, you can email me at cpahana@outlook.com. So thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Thank you.